Alright, so I've never made a video like this, so we'll see how this goes, but I wanted to talk about the latest patch notes that came out like 6 hours ago. Now this is global news, and right now they have just announced a final boss battle or super boss battle, King. Now I'm sure you global players have heard this many times, but I'm telling you guys have this way better when it first came out on JP. Like I'm telling you, way better. Like you actually have a chance to actually even beating Extreme here, or Hell. Now before I get a little bit more in depth with it, I'd like to thank Simply Casual for the gameplay as you see on the left. I didn't have any gameplay as I didn't record myself when I actually did the event, and so shout out to him on the gameplay. Well, on certain segments, not the entire things is, but regardless. So, final boss, King. Now if you guys don't know, this is a relatively hard event, which most people might not be able to do. Essentially, you're going against a hard boss against King. It has two phases, which is down here you can see what you can do to him and what he's immune to. So he is a blue unit, so of course green units will be the best units to bring on this team. Now you don't necessarily have to bring like a mono green team, but granted, having a mono green team does help a lot because of course, usually in the second phase, if you have a unit that dies and that unit is not green, then he will target them. And dude, I'm telling you, King hits so hard, he'll one-hit anyone if he crits. Like, it's crazy, dude. He's also immune to stuns, petrify, and freezes, so like, you just, yeah, you can't do anything. Like, it's inevitable, you're gonna have to get hit. However, you are able to get rid of the ult gauge, but the thing is, he gets stronger with the more ult gauge he gets, so honestly, it's really tough, really. Honestly, it's really hard. I will say, granted now, I'd say it's probably the hardest one we've had so far compared to say Merlin, Gother, and the Meliodas and Elizabeth boss. I honestly think he's probably the hardest. Granted, it's not that he's hard, but like comparing it, I'd say he probably is the hardest. But of course, global players, this will be very difficult. I don't expect anyone. Well, I expect some people, but like a select few to actually be able to beat Hell. Now you can see right here, there's Hard, Extreme, and Hell. Now Hard is a combat class of 100,000, and Extreme is 130,000, and then Hell is 150,000. And he takes reduced damage from counters and ultimate moves. And so Meliodas' full counter will be reduced, but we'll get to that later. Now, when you do beat the boss, there's actually different coins you can get. Now, I believe there's bronze, silver, and gold. And if you do hard, you get bronze. If you do extreme, you get silver. And if you do hell, you get gold. Now, of course, if you can only do hard, you can exchange those bronze coins to silver coins. Granted, I will say by the time this event ends, you won't be able to accumulate enough gold coins to get one of the outfits. And of course, if you do extreme, you can get silver coins, which you then exchange to gold coins, which is very time consuming considering that you probably won't be able to get the full set if you only do extreme for the entire runs. And I believe you only do this once a day. Actually, no, scratch that. I forgot. They're doing it differently here. I'm pretty sure you actually have unlimited runs, as JP wasn't able to get unlimited runs because we only had one run to do it. But they're actually doing this a lot better way as they did with the recent Meliodas and Elizabeth boss run, as it goes by a percentage system. But again, we'll talk about that later. But I will say that this is definitely one of King's best outfits, and it's also one of the coolest ones. Like, this is sick, dude. Honest, all the super boss battle outfits are the coolest. So right here is also some other stuff you can get from the exchange shop. So you can get chalices, chest, horns, wings, awakening stones, and anvils. And of course, anvils is always nice to have. You can never have enough anvils. And so here is what I was talking about when it comes to the percentage. So essentially you will be judged by the points. Now, honestly, if you beat Hell at least once, you're probably gonna be able to get to the top 13 and get all the rewards. Not all the rewards, but the second top reward. Of course, granted, it will be a little bit more tough to get to the top 5, but honestly, like I said, if you beat Hell at least once, you'll definitely be able to be in the top 15. And you also might be able to hit the top 5, who knows? I honestly wouldn't be surprised, because like I said, I don't expect anyone, I said it again, I do expect some people, but like, not too many, be able to actually beat Extreme. Oh my god, I can't talk. Hell. But get battle points based on your performance during the battle and try to achieve the best score for the highest placement. Rewards are cumulative, meaning you can potentially earn everything. And of course, if you like everything, if you're in the top 5 or whatever, you do get everything else below. Now, I will say this, it is speculated that Escanor will be coming out next week alongside this boss battle, which makes this so much easier. I'm telling you, 10 times easier to have Escanor. Because I think at most, I believe global players are probably at 150k, like at the most, like the top tier people right now. And then when this came out, the most people probably had JP was maybe 130. The average really, not a whole lot of people were able to beat Hell King. But you get the gist of that. Global, you guys are very lucky, especially since Escanor is speculated to be coming out. He's one of the better units, one of the best units on this boss. Now I'll talk about the best team to bring for this event and how maybe go about it. I'll get more in depth with it once it officially comes out. And this will be for the Hell team. But of number one, of course, will be Green Escanor. Honestly, he's just there just to power through straight to DPS. Like, he's just there to hit hard. Counter melee will also be there. A lot of people, I'm sure, has counter melee. And like I said, I do know that his counter does get reduced from doing Hell. But trust me, it's still worth using him. Third slot would be Green Merlin, of course, so you can get rid of ult gauge. And plus her ult hits relatively hard. Granted, he can't be debuffed with the attack skill like her ult does, but it is what it is. She's mainly there to get rid of ult. And in the back will be Jillian, an SR unit. Now the reason why I say Jillian is because her passive, and that's actually, she brings 30% HP increase to all green units, which actually helps Meliodas do a lot more damage when it comes to his full counter. Now my suggestion, really the strategy you could do is honestly just try to pull through in phase 1 and just straight DPS with Escanor and save his ult till next phase. You could also use Meliodas' full counter on phase 1, but you make sure you're most likely going to finish him off either with a full counter or an Escanor ult on the second phase. You really just want to ult rush him or counter him. Is that how you say it? At the end, and just hope for the best that some RNG is on your side. Granted, I wouldn't recommend using a level 1 full counter, at most a level 2. Best case scenario, you have a level 3 at the end. But you also got to make sure that he doesn't one-shot your Meliodas. You don't want him being too low health, because like I said, the more ult he has, the more chance of damage he'll do to you, and he could legit, well, you could have like a freaking level 2 shield and it'll still one-shot your Meliodas, even if he has majority of his health, right? So don't rely too much on the full counter, but, you know, kind of prepare for it, because it will possibly be your end result, if not used correctly. But with that being said, now if you guys aren't able to bring or pull Escanor, I would say either bring Green Elizabeth that heals you, or you could bring Green Jericho for DPS. There's many ways, but I do think that team I showed you first is the best team, at least the fastest way as well. Who knows, the point system we've never done on JP with King, so we don't really know how that will go. But if you just straight clearing, I will say that's also probably one of the easiest ways to do it. But anyway, that's gonna conclude the video. Appreciate everyone who watched the video. If you guys want to subscribe for more Grand Cross content, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Best of luck to anyone who does their Escanor summons on that week. Like I said, it is speculated. If it doesn't come out, then that's really unfortunate. Wash your hands and don't summon on the 7's banner.